Let's just start off with the truth. Looking younger than my real age isn't in my genes, not in my family. Historically and currently, my family members, either we look our age or we look older than our real age. Now, I'm days away from turning 64 years old, but I get mistaken for being closer to 50 constantly. What is my secret? Hi, I'm GloryB, and this is GloryB-TV, a lifestyle channel for mature women who want to look fabulous, feel amazing, and age gracefully. And by gracefully, I mean to age well, looking good and feeling good. After I changed my diet when I was 38, I didn't want to go back to the standard American diet. I saw histories of early illness and death in my extended family, including my father, who had his first stroke when he was 53 and died when he was 57. My youngest cousin died of a heart attack when he was 49. My grandparents died at fairly young ages. My sister-in-law recently died of cancer, and various relatives in my generation are dealing with one health issue or another. Meanwhile, I have none of those things, and it's all because of my diet. I also look younger than all of them, and no, it's not because of Botox. I had a bit of Botox once up here in January 2023, and it wore off within a few months. Here is a collage of my closest blood relatives in my generation. We're only missing an adult photo of that younger cousin of mine who died in 2011 when he was 49. I only have one of him when he was a child. And then this is the baby of the group. I'm right in the middle of the ages of all of them, but I'm healthier and I look younger, which is a bonus. To demonstrate what my interior health is like now, I did a Lifeline screening in 2022 that scans for several health warning signs. Let's take a look at my results. They started with the carotid artery disease. That was all normal in all counts. Then they scanned for atrial fibrillation. That was completely normal. Next, they did the abdominal aortic aneurysm. That was completely normal. The peripheral arterial disease, that was all normal, and osteoporosis was normal. More recently, I had the cardiac calcium score CT scan. I talked at length about that CT scan in this video. It checks for plaque in the arteries in and around the heart. Many people my age have plaque in their arteries. Let's look at my results for that scan. Let's start by quickly looking at what the scores mean. At this top of this table, it says the extent of CAD is graded according to your calcium score. CAD, C-A-D, stands for coronary artery disease. So a calcium score of 0 means there's no evidence of coronary artery disease. A calcium score between 11 and 100 means there's mild evidence of coronary artery disease. Here is my score sheet. This is the top half, and you see right in the middle there where the arrow is, my score summary says the total calcium score is 0. And here is the bottom half of the score sheet. So in that top left section, it divides up all the different arteries: left main artery, left anterior descending, left circumflex. You can see all of those details show a score of 0. And then at the bottom of the page, they also have what the calcium scores mean, which is very similar to the table I just showed you. This is incredible that someone my age in her mid-60s would have 0 scores on the cardiac calcium score CT scan. And it's all because of my diet. So I changed my diet in 1998 after growing up eating Hostess Twinkie Salvos and Ding Dongs. My inspiration at the time was Mary Lou Henner's book, Total Health Makeover. I found out she grew up eating the same types of food I did, and her parents got sick and died at relatively young ages. By the time she wrote the book, she was very healthy with a lot of energy. Today, she's in her 70s and looks great and feels great. So what do Mary Lou Henner and I eat? Basically, we eat a whole food, plant-based diet, also known as vegan. By the way, everything I'm talking about is listed and linked in the video's description box. On a phone or tablet, below the video, you'll see the word more. Tap that word more once, and it will open the description box partially. Then you have to tap the word more a second time, and the box will open completely. Scroll down to find everything along with the links. I'll also list a link to everything in the first comment. Let's start with what I eat in the morning. 95% of the time, I only eat fruit. Fruit is very cleansing. A quick way to eat fruit in the morning is to make a smoothie. Now, I started out years ago making smoothies with fruit and water only, a mixture of like frozen fruit and room temperature fruit. That made for a really good cold smoothie. Later, I added greens such as spinach. I also add 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed and a small piece of fresh ginger. As a side note, I have a free document where I share several of my anti-aging tips, and it has a bunch of recipes for smoothies. Get the document from my website at this URL, GloryB-TV.com/get-tips. The link is also in the description box and in a card. I also like to have a bowl of berries some days with sliced banana and unsweetened plant-based milk, such as almond milk. The thing about fruit is that it doesn't stay with you for very long, and then you'll be hungry, and that's only 10:30 or 11 o'clock. And sometimes I'm just at a place where bringing more fruit to eat or bringing my smoothie just won't work, like if I'm at a certain client. On those mornings, I'll eat overnight oats. Now, this is something you make the night before, but even if you forget to make it at night, I found if I make it in the morning and let it sit for at least 20 minutes, it's good. I have a video showing how to make overnight oats that I'll also link. You use regular old-fashioned oats, raw, not cooked. You add plant-based milk and let it sit. I had a few other ingredients, a sweetener like maple syrup and fruit like blueberries and bananas. It's delicious and filling. Most days I have a big salad for lunch. Sometimes I'll have steamed vegetables, and in the winter, I'll even have some homemade soup. For salad dressing, I like to make my own from scratch without oil. So I'll blend in the blender some vegetables and some type of like apple cider vinegar. That makes for a good dressing. Or start with cashew cream base and add other ingredients to it. It's delicious. That keeps the whole salad healthier and more nutritious. For dinner, I have a lot of recipes for all kinds of vegetable-based dishes, greens such as quinoa, and I just rotate the recipes. As I was planning this video, I pulled out a recipe for shepherd's pie that is lentil-based, and it's great in the colder months. I still have a bit of a sweet tooth, but I have healthier recipes now, such as for chocolate mousse and chocolate banana chia pudding. Sticking with this diet as a lifestyle is a challenge, especially in the first year. And I had to learn how to manage going to dinners at a banquet facility, for example. I'll give you a hint for what I did for that. Instead of contacting the event organizer, I called the catering office of the event venue 1 week in advance, and I tell them I'm vegan, and can I please have a dinner that's vegan and not a plate of pasta, please? I suggest that whatever vegetables the chef has that day in the kitchen, that they just plate that up for me. And it took me about 2 years to figure out I could handle it in this way. So back to this being a difficult change, this whole diet. That's because what we eat is all about habits and changing habits and sticking to it. In fact, some of my friends tried to change their diets, but then quit. Well, what happened? They got discouraged. They tried to change too many things at one time. Our diets, what we eat, is a lifestyle choice, and all of the details of what we eat become habits. How we shop for food, what we buy, the recipes we know by heart, getting busy and needing to prepare a meal quickly. So we choose to make something we know from habit. These are the things that derail you. Improving your diet and your health is all about changing your habits. If you try to change too many habits at one time, it will get overwhelming and you'll be likely to quit. This is what I finally figured out. I made changes to my diet incrementally, not all at once. It's why I was able to change all of this for myself while so many of my friends quit. To fix that, I created a course called Kickstart Your Health that walks you through diet and health changes one at a time. You can go through the course as fast or as slowly as you want. It's designed to help you establish lifelong health habits that stick with you. The course has videos and PDF documents, plus a lot of recipes. You can repeat the modules and watch them as many times as you want. If I add a new module to the course, or if I edit a module, you get that too. Once you buy the course, you own it. There are no other fees. The Kickstart Your Health course is my best effort to help you change and improve your health as I did. It's never too late to start. I've heard stories from people in their 60s who finally switched to this whole food plant-based diet, and within 1 year, all of their health issues cleared up. So I'm healthier than most people my age, and I look younger. To check out the course, go to my website, GloryB-TV.com, and click on Courses in the top menu bar. On the Courses page, Kickstart Your Health is on the left. Click its image to read more about it. Many of you know that I reversed an osteoporosis diagnosis. When I started working on reversing it purposely, the osteoporosis wasn't too bad, and it was only in one area. Meanwhile, there are meat eaters out there who are trying to push a message that says that people who eat a vegan diet get osteoporosis. Well, all of the people I know and know of who have osteoporosis and who have it much worse than I did are all meat eaters and dairy eaters. If you choose to eat meat and or dairy, you'll likely get heart disease. In fact, looking at the data from the last 40 years, you're much more likely to get heart disease and suffer from it than you are to suffer from having osteoporosis. And for me, I don't take health advice from people who are in their 40s, who eat meat and dairy, and who haven't lived life long enough to experience the deleterious effects of a carnivore diet. The good news is, even if you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, you can change your diet to a whole food plant-based diet and experience positive changes to your health. I follow doctors and others through the National Health Association, and they often print and post stories from older people who changed their diet successfully and have reversed health problems and were able to stop taking certain types of medications to the surprise of their primary care physicians. So that's what I do for diet and health. I hope you'll check out the Kickstart course. It will help you change your health and your life. I'll link 2 recipe videos on the right side of your screen. Click or tap the images to watch those, and I'll see you in the next video.